Hey, hi guys. My name is Akbar. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to discuss Terraform with you. Right. In my previous videos, let me go back to my channel. See, in my previous videos, what I've explained you, the Azure load balancer concept. It means I've directly gone to the portal. I've created a resources here. That's called a manual process for the creation of resources, creation of load balancer, all those things. Okay. Now, after that, I've explained you how to create a resources with the help of ARM template. You can view this video. Azure ARM template means you can automate the creation of multiple resources. You can directly upload that particular ARM template in your Azure portal and you can do it. Creation of resources, same activity, whatever you have done directly in the portal by creating a load balancer. And the same thing you can achieve through ARM template. And the same thing, ARM templates you can use by using PowerShell. So I've covered all the three levels: creation of resources directly in the portal, creation of resources through ARM templates, creation of resources through template with the help of PowerShell. All these three. Now the next level is Terraform. Okay, let's just try to understand why this Terraform came into the picture. When any developer develops the code and given it to the operations guy and he'll deploy that particular code. Okay, that considered as an application as a code, right? When I say application, which is going to deploy means it's a WAR file or ER file, something like that. Okay. Now the same thing, the same thinking process has came into the picture. Why can't infrastructure as a code? When we are already doing code as an application, then the same way code as an infrastructure, right? We are going to have a specific way of creation of infrastructure with the help of Terraform. Terraform is having its own advantages. You can connect multiple cloud providers. You can connect to AWS cloud, Azure cloud, Google cloud. You can connect to Alibaba cloud, Oracle cloud, n number of clouds here. Okay, so each and every stuff you can use with the help of providers. Providers in nothing but it's a plugin which will help you to connect to Terraform. It means Azure RM is a plugin to connect to Azure cloud. AWS is a plugin to connect to AWS cloud. GCP is a plugin to connect to GCP cloud. Like that, we have a multiple providers. Next, talking about resources. Resources in the sense, whatever we are going to create in the Azure portal, like your resource group, storage account, container, your virtual network, your subnet, all these things, your Azure Active Directory, whatever it is, everything, each and everything will be considered as a resources. So this is a data block. This is a resource block. Resource block in the sense you are going to create this particular VNet pairing in the Terraform. When someone is saying data, it means this particular resource is already created by using outside of a Terraform, and now you are calling that. That's why you are using data. That's the difference between data and the resources. Okay, let's come back to the documentation. So variables, we have a variable dot tf file where you declare the variable. State file. State file talks about the current state and the desired state. Current state in the sense, for example, if you are about to create a resources, you have not yet created any resources, that is called as a current state. After implementation of the Terraform code, it means you have already created a resources in the portal. Then that state is called as a desired state. Provisioners will play the role of like chef and puppet doing the configuration changes after the deployments. Backends talks about maintaining the state file. Okay, modules talk about you are going to use a module in a multiple environment. The same module you can use as per your multiple environments. Data sources I've already discussed with you. Data sources means which is something created outside of a Terraform and like by using CLI, PowerShell, something like that. Azure resources or AWS resources has been created outside of a Terraform and you want to use them in a Terraform, that you can use data block. Service principal. Service principal is an account which will help to establish a connectivity from Azure portal to Terraform. Okay. Now, let me just quickly give you a walkthrough. This is how the definition of provider plugin. Okay. Now, the next is, this is how it looks like. I've copied it from Terraform website. See, Azure RM. It is going to connect to Azure RM. This is a plugin which will help to connect to this kind of a version. Okay. That's how it is. It's talking about the version, it's talking about the plugin. Resources, random pet RG name. So var dot resource group prefix. So this is a kind of a variable that you're gonna declare. So as of now, there's no default value allocation here. It's just talking about location and name. State file, as I have already mentioned about the current state and desired state, about to create and expected to create. It's already created after the deployment. Provisioners, you can ignore as of now. Okay. So the main point is how I have installed Terraform on my machine. This is a particular link. Okay. You just go there. See here, this is a particular link. Now, you go ahead and download this. AMD64. Okay. As per your environment, see, this is a Mac OS and this is going to be for Windows AMD64. And if once you go ahead and download this, this is how the documentation steps looks like. So once you download this, you'll get this particular zip file. Once you get that zip file and you can extract it. Once you can extract it, see how I'll show you. F:\U2. Okay. In this folder, I've downloaded this and I've extracted it and I've gone to command prompt. So this is a terraform.exe file. You can see here the same file. I've just executed that terraform.exe. See here. After I executed that terraform.exe, then you'll get like this. So what do you need to do? This particular folder F:\U2, what do you need to go? Your Windows and R tab, systemdm.cpl. We go to environment variables and in system variable, we have to check for path. Now this is a path F:\U2. Okay. So now in my F drive, I have a folder called YouTube, which means if you've done this, what is going to happen? From wherever you execute your Terraform commands, Terraform --version. See, it is showing the V1 6.1. So what is the folders under this? There is a folder called Git in it. I'll go here. I can execute Terraform hyphen version. Sorry, wrong command. So Terraform command will be executed from anywhere once you did this required changes in your environment variable. This is a very, very important. This is your path. This is how it goes. This is how you have to set up your environmental variable after you downloaded this particular terraform.exe as per the document. Okay. Once you're done with this step, you can go ahead and proceed with the installation of Azure CLI. What are the prerequisites here? We need a Terraform and we need a Azure CLI. Install Azure CLI on Windows. See, here is the link. I'll again go to the link. I'll show you. See, install Azure CLI on Windows. This particular component is very important. So I've gone for latest release Azure CLI 64-bit. So once I'll show you the steps which I have documented for you guys, which will be really helpful for you. See, that's it. Azure CLI 64-bit because my system is 64-bit. And then I've downloaded it. So I've executed like this. This is what a screenshot is come. You have to follow next. Azure CLI 64-bit. Okay. So first thing you need to install Terraform. You need to install Azure CLI. And then you can go ahead and install VisualStudio as well. I've given the link here also. So guys, really working hard for you guys just to understand the core subject quality content so that you guys can do it on your own and achieve in your life new milestones and success. Working really hard for you guys. So please encourage my channel by clicking like on the channel and subscribe my channel. So Windows 10 and 11. So as per your version, as per your 36-bit and 64-bit, once you're done, once you go to this link, okay, you have to install the VisualStudio. This is how it looks like. You have to click on I accept the agreement. You have to proceed with the installation of VisualStudio. And then if you want, you can select an option of you want an icon on your desktop. This is how it looks like. So once this is done, you're good to go. So what are the things I've mentioned? I mentioned, right, a VisualStudio. This is the one which I've installed as per the proper steps here. Okay. So now this is my Azure portal. As of now, my Azure portal is empty. Here, I don't have any kind of resource group. I don't have any storages. Okay, I don't have any storage account. So let me give you a walkthrough of my storage account, which I am planning for. See, main.tf. Okay, let me give you a quick walkthrough. What this code is about to do. This code is a provider. This is a Azure RM plugin features. Now, this code is talking about a resource group example name var.prefix resource. It means it will ask you the input, whatever the name that you're gonna give, that will consider this particular resources. It will ask you as an input. During execution of code, you'll understand you can give an input as resource group var.location and name var.resources. It means if you're giving YouTube, then it will say YouTube resources. Okay. Now Azure storage account var.prefix. Let me go to variable.tf. See variable prefix description. Whatever the name that you be gonna give, the same name will gonna come here. Okay. var.location. This resource is gonna create Azure storage account. What will be the resource group name? Azure RM resource group name. Azure RM resource group location standard application type LRS. Just a simple code. Okay. Now, where my code is in particular folder. I've gone to that storage folder. See here. I'll show you. Terraform, Git code, storage account, Terraform Azure RM, Terraform required provider. Example. Storage. Okay. From where I got this code? From the GitHub. Okay. Terraform provider Azure RM. So once you get the code from GitHub, what do you need to do? Normally, if you look like this, if you go here, if you close it, I'll show you. I'll reopen it once again. You'll see the options of Git clone. See, clone Git repository. Okay. Once you go here, you have to give the Git URL, whatever you are showing here. This one. As soon as you give, I've already given. So that's why it is showing me this particular account. I've cloned the code for that particular directory. I've got all these folders. So what is my agenda now? It's a simple. I will execute Terraform init to initialize the provider plugin, and then to give you a walkthrough about to execute Terraform plan and then Terraform apply. So as I have installed Terraform in my F drive, under U2 folder, this is my Terraform file. And what I have done after installing my Terraform, what I've done, I've set under the variable path, system variable path. I'm repeating this step once again so that you guys don't miss it. Okay. F U2. Okay. So once you've done this, you can execute the Terraform commands from anywhere. Okay. That's how it is. Now, let me go back to the storage account. See, under the storage account. Now, what do I do? Terraform init. What is the expectations here? It is about to create the, see, initialization has been completed successfully. I am in this particular folder called storage account, right? See, I am this storage account and I'm expecting the resource group and the storage account to be created. As of now, my portal is completely empty. I don't have anything. So I'm going to execute Terraform plan. Enter a value where dot location. It is asking a location. I'll give East US as a location. It is asking where dot prefix. I'll give YouTube because I'm giving a demo for YouTube people. So once it takes the inputs, what it do? It will show me what are the resources that is gonna create. It's as simple as that. Get the code from the GitHub, connect to your Visual Studio, Git clone, and once the code is there, once you install, before this, you need to install your Terraform very clearly. Once you execute that terraform.exe, okay, you need to set that particular folder path in your system variables. Once that is done, the Terraform commands can be executed from anywhere. Okay, now once you get the code from the GitHub and your Visual Studio, and you're good to go. And you no need to remember all those things regarding with respect to code. I'll give you a walkthrough before it works here. See HashiCorp. For example, if I want to like, I'll give you a walkthrough. Creation of virtual machine by using Terraform Azure. Creation of virtual machine, I just want a sample code. That's right. For example, you use Terraform to create a Windows virtual machine, VM, Azure VM. Cool. This is how you will get a code. So you just need to make sure provider.ef system itself is telling you, hey, this is, you can put the code under provider.ef and your main.ef, this provider, it talks about which cloud you're going to connect. See here, this is a version, required providers. It is talking about connecting to Azure RM. This is a version. That's how it is. And if you want a main.tf will talk about resource group. See, it's going to create a resource group. It's going to create a virtual network. It's going to create a subnet. This is the code. Resource, Azure RM subnet. This is the name. This is how. So pretty cool. You no need to remember anything. You just go to the website, get the code, put it in your main.tf, put it in your variable.tf, providers.tf, everything, and you make sure your Terraform is in place properly. Then you can go ahead and execute it. Let me see where I have gone here. Okay, it's good to go. Now I'm going to Terraform apply, which means this code, whatever I have got from the GitHub, I'm going to execute in my portal and it will create a resources in Azure. So how the authentication happening? Because when I initially run a Terraform init, it has asked me easy login. I've done that. After that, it has not asking authentication second time. That's how it has happened. So value, location value, again, I'll give East US. Again, I'll give YouTube. Okay. So whatever I have done, it's a simple and clear. Install the Terraform. Wherever you have installed the Terraform, that particular folder, you put it in your system variable path. Install your Visual Studio. Install the Azure CLI. I've given all the links over there. In this video description, I'm going to put all those links from where I have downloaded and how I have showed you the demo. This is how it works in environment. This is very, very important and helpful topic for you guys. And if you want to, the beauty is you don't need to remember anything, right? Everything is there. You just need to know how to search, how to get the code, and which cloud provider you are talking about. Okay, that's all. It's as simple as that. When you execute Terraform plan, icon out you give, it will show, it will store there. This is what the main one, Terraform apply. When you give Terraform apply, it's going to execute. So do you want to perform these actions? I said yes. Okay, let me go to my cloud now. Anytime the resources will be ready, because I have executed Terraform commands in my Visual Studio, and that gonna create the resources what I have called in my main.tf, right? With the help of variables, whatever I have declared. This has asked me as an inputs, var.location and var.prefix. And whatever the code is mine, this code it talks about creation of resource group, creation of storage account. Okay. As the execution is going on, it will take time. Just watch. You have to wait. See, Azure RM resource group dot example creating. Did you see that message? Azure RM resource group dot example still creating. So let's give some 5 minutes of time. Meanwhile, I'll take you through the documentation. See, these are all the links. I've installed Terraform, I've installed AzureCLI, download the Visual Studio, and get the code from the GitHub. So these links, I'm gonna put it in your description box of this particular video. So guys, really working very hard. So please click on like and subscribe my channel and encourage so that I can deliver you a quality content in terms of all the technologies with related to DevOps and cloud. So any fresher wants to start into the DevOps or any experienced people who want to change their stream, this is a very good starting point to start up with. Okay. No one in the institute also, no one will give you such a clarity. Okay. It's about executing. This is how it's gonna execute. Fine. See, what is the last message? Apply complete. Resources. What are the resources? 2 resources added. So, okay, as per our plan, resource group and storage account. That's it. 2 resources has been added. 0 change and 0 destroyed. Okay, let me go back to my portal. Let me go to resource group. Wow, my resource group is created. That's fantastic. It means I have implemented the code through Terraform into my Azure portal, with which I have created a resource group. Under this particular resource group, I have given YouTube storage account. See, as I have given the input as a YouTube. My storage account is ready. That's how. It's a simple example how to create a resource group and how to create a storage account. So let me repeat once again what I have done at the overall session wise. Install Terraform, install Azure CLI, get install Visual Studio, get the code, create your personal account in GitHub, and get the code from this particular link and fork to your repository. Once you have the code here, okay, once you have the code here, you go to the specific directory and you just need to give a specific set of commands, which is called Terraform init, plan, and apply. That's it. As soon as you have given these commands, Terraform init talks about a plugin which will help to connect to respective cloud provider. Plan, this is going to execute, this was compare is that a resource is already there in the portal or not? If not, then go ahead and create it. These are the things we are about to create. Apply. This is going to exact execution. It will ask you a confirmation. Once you say yes, then you can go ahead and create. That's all, guys. That's all from my side. Thank you very much. Thanks for your session. Hope this session is really helpful. And don't miss the one more important thing is I'm showing you, this is the third time in the same video, system variable path. If you don't mention, then it is gonna be really a tough time. Environmental variables, system variable. Under this, I have explained the path. F:(U2). Okay, this is how it is. And what is there in F:(U2)? I have downloaded the Terraform file as per our my OS and 64-bit. This is what I have executed, and I've shown you that as also how I have executed it, right? See. This is how it is. Hope you guys had a very good learning. So utilize that time, plan properly learning. You can and you will. See, first and foremost thing is the passion for a learning is very important. From where you're learning is not important. The hungriness for a learning is, which is a very important. Okay. The more you passionate about your learning, the more you will get a multiple sources to get the quality content. You can learn from YouTube, you can learn from Udemy, anywhere. The first and foremost thing important is your hungriness to learn the things and grow. No one can help you unless you help yourself. Okay. So that's all, guys. Hope you guys had a great session and hope this quality content has been helpful for you to encourage your learning content. Thanks for your session. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. I'm stopping the recording.